Hello, so I am going to be doing a kind of get ready with me makeup tutorial slash hair look for you today. I am going out for my friend's birthday shortly, and I decided 20 minutes before I was going to get ready that I was going to film it and see how it went. This is the first kind of video I've done like this, so I have no idea what it's going to come out like, but I hope that you enjoy it, and please do let me know if you do and you want to see more of them. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I decided to do this 20 minutes ago. I have no idea if it's gonna work. This is me barefaced. I have a very prominent little friend. Yeah, that looks pretty humongous in the viewfinder and I can't see that close, so I'm sure you can see it very big. I'm gonna try and cover this up. I think I'm gonna do the same makeup look I wore the other day because it didn't take me too long. So it's like a little semi-smoky winged liner, quite natural, with a nude lip. So this is like my first talk through tutorial I've ever done. Don't know if I'm gonna put it up, but we'll see. So first I am just priming my eyelids. I'm gonna do my eyes first with some Maybelline Colour Tattoo Creamy Matte in Creme de Nude. This is a really good one for blurring out any red lines or veins, red veins on your eyelids, and it definitely stays all day. I blend it out with this Real Techniques setting brush because I find that that works the best, works better than my finger. I do one eye, blend it onto the next one. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit more.
I think that's okay. Ooh, I'm so scared about people on YouTube seeing my bare face. Please don't judge me, okay? This is just my skin.
Okay, I'm gonna take this Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer brush 227. It's like the MAC 217, I believe. Just a really nice blending brush, and I'm going to be using all Makeup Geek shadows. If you want to see my opinions on Makeup Geek and see swatches of all the shadows that I own, I will link a video that I did below. So I'm just taking Peach Smoothie through the crease, building it up. I never really wanted to do a makeup tutorial because I felt like I'm not an expert. I just kind of make things up as I go along, and I'm not a makeup artist or anything, but someone requested for me to do my everyday makeup look, and this isn't that, but I thought this would be a nice little warm-up tutorial, and then if you want to see my everyday makeup look, I can do that for you as well. I just blended that out with this Real Techniques Duo Fiber eye brush. Then I'm going to take, on the same Zoeva brush, Creme Brulee, which is like this brown colour here. And I'm just going to put that over where I've put Peach Smoothie. This just adds a little bit more smokiness to the crease. Sorry about the light, by the way. The sun's setting, so I have no idea what it looks like. So I'm going to take the Morphe 506 blending brush. Really, really small and great for getting in the outer V. And then I'm taking a little bit of Mocha. Mocha. And I'm just going to place it right in the outer portion of the lid, keeping it very low, and then taking it ever so slightly through the outer part of the crease, still trying to keep it as low as possible. And I'm going to build that up a little bit. So that kind of deepens up the look, and then I'm going to go back with this and blend it all out again. Now I'm just going to take a tiny bit of Peach Smoothie and Creme Brulee on this brush just to make it easier to blend out. Literally just tiny taps into the pan and then just kind of going over everything we just did, and back in for the other eye. So you can see that it's a very kind of subtle smoky eye, and then I'm just gonna rub off any product that's on that brush still. and go back and blend. So I'm going to take this Ardency In Modster eyeliner in the shade Coffee and just tightline my top eyelid. Now I'm going to try and do a nice subtle wing. I'm taking the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner in black and this Zoeva 315 brush. It's got a very fine, thin tip. It just makes applying winged eyeliner easier, I think. So I just dip some of this into the pot. So first I like to draw a very, very thin line all the way across the eyelid, keeping it as close to the lashes as possible, and then I kind of thicken it out and create a very subtle, fine wing. Usually when I'm doing winged liner, I don't actually put it all the way in the inner corner, but for this specific look, I did on Saturday, and I really liked the way it came out, so I'm going to try and recreate that. What I do is I look straight up into the mirror so I can see where I want to create the flick, and then I kind of just sort of draw it on from that point. Winged eyeliner, the only way to get it is practice. Honestly, you will get it the more you try. This look is specifically based on a tutorial that I saw Lisa Eldridge do. That's the one that I'm trying to recreate at the moment. The key is a really subtle line and basically just taking a very minimal amount of product and applying it in very small increments to your eyeliner rather than like drawing on a thick wing and then having to colour it in, which is my usual method. So that is a little bit too thick. I went a bit too crazy. So I'm just going to take a Q-tip and some of my Garnier micellar water and just clean that up. This is why I don't like doing winged liner. Okay, I think that is a little bit better. That's more the kind of length that I was looking for. So I'm going to just clean it up, fill in any of those little smudgy bits. But I think the key is really building it up in small doses, and if you do that you can get a really sophisticated, classy eye look, but it definitely does take a little bit of time. I'm gonna leave the wings for now. I might go back to them. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. I'm gonna start on the rest of my face. So I'm gonna use the Nivea Sensitive Post Shave Balm as a primer. This is a great kind of all over face primer. Nikki Tutorials told the world about this, and my makeup definitely stays on for longer when I wear it to when I don't. It doesn't fill in any of my pores though, so if that's what you look for in a primer, that it doesn't do that, it just makes everything stick to it. I like to just leave the primer sitting on my face for a second just so it really soaks in, because when you first put it on it's more of a silicone-y texture, but if you leave it for a second then it gets really tacky. I'm going to be using my, of course, NARS Sheer Glow. I love this thing. I also did a 5-minute review on this and I'll link that below. So yeah, I should say what I'm actually doing tonight. It's my friend's birthday, so we're going for a meal and then we're going out afterwards to the club. So I'm just applying this with the Morphe M439 brush. This is a great face foundation brush. It is very dense, you have to be careful that you don't like pull too hard on your skin when you're blending in, but I really, really like it. Clean. I've kind of like avoided that area where I've got spots because I don't want to get too much bacteria on my brush, but I probably will go in there in a sec. That was 2 pumps of this. So now I'm going to take one more pump on my hand, apply it to the places that need a bit of extra coverage, and I'll just cover up those little red beasts. I'll try and cover up this eczema as much as I can. Then going to take my Real Techniques sponge, pat this all over my face to get everything blended and hopefully not looking too cakey. For concealer, I always use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer in light. Yeah, light. It's like an orange toned Fang, so it's really good at cancelling out dark circles. So I just take it on my ring finger and pat it in. I don't really blend it in because I then put another concealer on top and blend that in, so it all meshes together. I'm taking my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm. I've also done a 5-minute review of this, which should be up by the time you're watching this video, so I'll link it below. So I use this as like a highlighter / concealer. I concentrate it on under my eyes to keep them bright, and also on the center of my face to keep that bright too. What I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of this onto the back of my hand and I'll go in and spot conceal. So I'm taking like a Nancy tapered crease brush, but it's really like a little blending, little pencil brush. And then another Lisa Eldridge trick. Take a face powder, any face powder, and this is just the Bourjois one that I always use. Go over it. Concealer. Means that you're really building up the coverage. Go back in with the powder. And we'll do one more layer just for luck. Go back in. Hit the spots. Hit the powder. And then you have a lot more coverage on that area. And it should, hopefully, stay put all night. And then we are blended. When I wear this much makeup, I like to powder pretty heavily under my eye. So I'm going to take the Morphe M438 brush, lightly tap. It picks up a lot of product. So I tap it off on the back of my arm. I'm just lightly pressing, I'm not swiping, because if you swipe concealer and stuff that you've put there, you're going to move it around and it's not going to look as blended. So I'm dabbing that onto my face. I'm dabbing it here everywhere that I've applied the concealer. Then I will just lightly set my whole face with this Duo Fiber face brush from Real Techniques and just kind of lightly sweep it around. Now the reason that I do this is because I find when I add this step in, I didn't used to do it, but I find when I do this, my bronzer and my blush applies a lot more smoothly. So I'm going to contour. This is like my version of contouring, which is basically the Lazy Girls contouring. I'm using my Soap & Glory bronzer Solar Powder, just taking the Real Techniques contour brush and not blending or anything, just literally drawing a stripe. So then I have a line. I might do my nose a little bit, maybe a little bit on my chin. Just kind of drawing stripes. The Zoe Velux highlight brush. Again, go into the same powder. I just use one powder to contour and bronze. Blend everything up, trying to keep it above the line that I've drawn. My temples. Blend out the nose contour a bit as well. And that is my bronzed face. So then for blush, I'm going to take Makeup Geek Bliss on a Real Techniques blush brush. Tap it off. Just take the face brush that we used earlier for the powder and just kind of sweep it over everything that we've done there, just to like make it look like all one movement rather than like a stripe of blush and a stripe of bronzer. Then I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Becca Champagne Pop because it's my favourite highlight for evening time or when I'm tanned. So beautiful, love it. Almost dropped it. No. I'm taking this on a Morphe M501 brush, tapping it off because it's super pigmented, and just applying that to the tops of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose. I'll just add a bit more. Why not? Oh, I like doing my Cupid's bow. I'm going to define under my eyes slightly by taking Mocha and this Eco Tools Duo Ended, and like one side's like an eyeshadow brush and then one side's like a eye definer. You can see how pigmented that is straight away, so I'm just kind of wiping it off on there because I don't want it to be too intense. Oh my god. Okay, it's alright, we'll blend it out. Take a little bit of peach smoothie just to make the blending smoother. Okay, that is how I want to do my eyes. Brows, we'll do brows. So I comb my brows out with a little spoolie. I'm using this Archery brow pencil. It's in Blonde Shell. And the way I do my brows really isn't anything groundbreaking. I just very lightly go over what's already there, basically. I just go over the top and kind of create a top line. And then I really don't do it very precisely at all. I don't even look closely in a mirror. And then I just kind of brush them out. But I am fortunate in that I have quite full brows anyway, so I don't really need to do a lot to them. I'm gonna highlight with Shimma Shimma, which is another Makeup Geek shadow, and it's like this champagne shade. I'm just gonna put that on my inner corner. And then brow bone too. The mascara I'm currently using is the Revlon Volume and Length in the waterproof version, and I really like this, but it's drying out now, so I need to get a new mascara. Let me know if you have any recommendations. I like lengthening ones which add a little bit of volume, but I prefer length at the moment. I go through phases. What I like about this is that it doesn't smudge, but it's easy to remove. I'm gonna line my lips with Gosh lip liner in Angel Kiss. The Gosh lip liners are really good, by the way. They're very soft and creamy. Put a little bit of Urban Decay Naked over the top. This is a really creamy formula. That's a little bit pinker than I want it, so I'm going to add a little bit of matte creme de nude just to the centre. Spray my face with Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. That is that. Okay, I'm back and I put some perfume on. I wanted to quickly tell you that the perfume that I always use as like my scent is the My Burberry perfume, and I love it. It's like sexy and sultry but still light and floral at the same time. I really like it. I've been using it for over a year now. I'm just gonna curl my hair, I think. I spoke about this in one of my favourites videos. It is the Babyliss Pro Stylist Tool curling wand. I don't know how many inches it is or how many millimeters. I'll see if I can find it and I'll link it below for you. So I have just washed my hair, so it's not gonna have much grit to it. So I'm just going to add some of this Collab dry shampoo, which is sheer, just to add a little bit of texture. I don't think I'm going to section it. I think I'm just going to spray some of this hairspray on. I really like this hairspray actually. It's the Big Sexy Hair Spray and Play, but I'm just breathing it in. But it's very workable, but it still holds your hair. It doesn't have the normal hairspray scent, but it's not nice when you swallow it. I always curl my hair from the back to the front. So I'm not sure when that stopped recording. I curled a little bit of my hair. I'm doing it very roughly. I just take a random section. I always curl away from my face and I always point the wand downwards. I don't know why, but I used to, just the way like that felt most natural to me was having the wand pointing upwards like this. And I could never work out why my hair would not curl. And it was because I was holding the wand upwards. So if you hold it downwards, it's like easier for your hair to hold the curl. Although my hair still doesn't really hold a curl. But this way makes it hold the curl the most. So that is the finished hair look. It's more like a lion, but you know. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this kind of talk through tutorial, get ready with me kind of video. And if you would like to see me do more of these, like maybe an everyday makeup look, please do let me know and I can do that for you. Comment below if you would like that, or give this video a thumbs up, and if it gets a lot of thumbs up, then I will know that you want to see more of these. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.